Okay, this is lesson 7.7, add and subtract mixed numbers. So the essential question says, how can you add and subtract mixed numbers with like denominators? After a party, there were 1 and 4/6 quesadillas left on one tray and 2 and 3/6 quesadillas left on another tray. How many quesadillas were left altogether? Okay, so what kind of problem is this to start with, Dakota?
An addition.
Addition problem. Give yourself a point. I think Dakota's figured out the key. And that is participating in math class. He won the dojo winners last week. He's on track to win it again because he's participating. Ethan wins a lot too because he participates in class. Raise that hand. Even if you're not 100% sure, it's better to take a shot, right? I like to have different people participating. Okay, so here we go. 1 whole quesadilla. It's a blue raspberry quesadilla. And then quesadilla, I like what they sell at Taco Bell with cheese on them.
Quesadilla. It's a quesadilla.
Quesadilla. Okay. And then 2
Strawberry.
strawberry quesadillas.
What the? Wait,
All right, that's enough.
Quesadilla.
Okay. All right, so we've got 1 and 4/6 and 2 and 3/6, right? Okay. Here's where it gets tricky. The question right here says, is the sum of the fractional parts of the mixed number greater than 1 whole? Is the sum of the fractional parts, can I stick these in here?
No.
No. Okay, so that's because they're greater than 1 whole, aren't they?
Yep.
Okay, so yes, the fractional parts is greater than 1 whole. So let's back up here. And this is how we do it. So we started with 1 whole and 4/6. And we're adding 2 wholes and 3/6. Just like when you're adding or subtracting and you start with the ones place on the far right, we're going to start with the fraction side. So what is 4/6 size pieces plus 3/6 size pieces? Colin?
7/6 size pieces.
Beautiful. 7/6 size pieces. And then everybody, what's 1 whole plus 2 wholes?
3 holes.
3 holes. Seems simple enough, right?
No, but you missed one. You missed one.
It's 4 holes.
Because there's 4 holes and 1 6. Because there's a number above the 6. It's one number too high above the 6.
Okay, you're on the right track. So what kind of fraction is 7/6? Ethan?
An improper fraction.
It's improper, right? We got a problem here because can you write a fraction with a bigger number on top? Are you supposed to? No, so because it's improper. So you guys ready for me to show you the trick? Okay, Jace, put your hand down. Watch this. 7/6 is the same as 1 whole and 1/6, right? Watch this. How many 6th size pieces are there in 1 whole?
6.
6. This is what you do. Watch. If you get a mixed number and your fraction part is improper, you take a whole out of the fraction side, which since we're dealing with 6 size pieces, that's 6/6. 1 whole, right? You take it away from the fraction side and you add it to the whole number side. So what is 7/6 minus 6/6?
1/6.
1/6. And then how many holes do we have?
4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
4.
That's it.
4 and 1/6.
4 and 1/6. the only tricky part is that when you get an improper fraction, Shelby, you have to take out a whole, and the whole's gonna depend on what your denominator is, right? Because if it's 8, you're gonna have 8 on top. If it's 50, you're gonna have a 50 on top. You take that away from your fraction side and add it to your whole number side, okay? So yes, this is an addition problem, and we're going to do a little subtraction just on the fraction. Okay. We're going to do a little subtraction just on the fraction. Okay. So here we go. First we're going to, so 4 6 plus 3 6 equals 7 6. So we're going to shade one whole model and 1/6 of the other one. That was terrible. Terrible shading job. Okay, so I'm going to shade this whole entire one. And then I'm going to shade 1/6 section of this one. And that's 7 6 all together, right? There was 6 on this side, 1 over here, 7 6. So then on the fraction side, I'm going to write down 7 6. So right here, 7 6. And then over here, we're going to shade to model 1 whole plus 2 wholes equals 3 wholes. So we're going to shade those 3 holes on the bottom. I'm at a little advantage on my shading because I can make my pen real fat, like a marker. Okay, so 3 holes. And I showed you my little trick. Another way to do it is to decompose or break apart 3 and 7 6. So 3 and 7 6 is the same as, so 7 6 is the same as 6 6 plus 1 6, right? Remember when we broke apart fractions into the sums of other fractions, like unit fractions and stuff? So we went 3/10 equals 1/10 plus 1/10 plus 1/10. Okay, here we can break apart 7 6 into a whole, 6 6 plus 1 6. And then we've still got our 3 holes. 6 6 is the same as 1 whole. So 3 holes plus 1 hole plus 1 6 is 4 holes and 1 6. So here we go. 1 6 here. 1 6 here. 4 and 1 6. 4 holes and 1 6. 4 and 1 6. You guys have heard wind before.
I know what?
All right.
That's wind? Yeah, that's wind.
Right. Do your math, please. Stay focused. Okay. And if you don't have a complete grasp on it yet, don't worry. We're going to do more examples. Okay, so everybody got that copied down?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, subtract mixed numbers. Next page. Subtract mixed numbers. Okay, so subtraction though is simple. You just do the fraction side and the whole number side. So it says Alejandro had 3 and 4 6 quesadillas. His family ate 2 and 3 6 of the quesadillas. How many quesadillas are left? So we start with 3 holes and 4 6. So we're going to shade 3 holes down here and 4 6 of the last one. So shade 3 of these completely. Don't shade too dark and on the last one, On the 4/6 one, shade lightly, because you're gonna need to do something in a minute. So shade lightly on the 4/6. So there's 3 holes shaded. And then on the 4/6, I'm gonna shade lightly too. Okay. Alright, so 3 holes in 4/6 are shaded. Now, since we're subtracting, what do you think we need to do? Dakota?
Take away pieces of it.
How would, yep, and how would you take away on these that you have already shaded?
Iris.
No, doesn't matter. Jace?
Cross them out.
Cross them out. Let's cross them out. So I'm gonna turn my pen black from my crossing out part. And they ate 2 holes, so I'm gonna cross out 2 holes. And then 1/6, 2/6, 3/6. So how many holes are left? One hole. And how many 6 size parts? 1/6. So if you look right here, guys, 4/6 take away 3/6 equals what?
1/6.
1/6. And 3 holes minus 2 holes equals
One hole.
1 hole. And that matches what's on our picture. So we started with 3 and 4/6. We crossed out 2 and 3/6, and that left us with 1 and 1/6. So the difference is 1 and 1/6.
So what we just over here in the report is what we're gonna do today.
Huh?
So what we did over here in the report is what we're gonna
Yeah,
do
we're
today.
we're not done doing examples, honey. You'll see.
Oh, that's a captain.
Okay, everybody got that copy down?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Now, we're gonna do number 1, and then we're gonna get into more of what we're gonna do today. Okay, so write a 1 here, and a 3 here, and a 1/6 here, and a 3/6 here. What we're doing is we're adding they want you to understand that you're splitting these into fractions and whole numbers. So 1/6 plus 3/6 equals what?
4 and 4/6.
4/6. And 1 hole plus 3 holes equals 4. And when you put those together, oops, I've got a 4 here, it needs to be a 6. Okay, and when you put 4 plus 4/6 equals 4 and 4/6. Do we need to do anything else to 4 and 4/6? No, because it's not an improper fraction, so it's okay. Okay, here we go. This is what you need to pay close attention to. Okay? All right, everybody ready?
Yeah.
Everybody eyes up here?
Yeah.
Okay. We're waiting, Waylon. Hurry up. Okay. So everybody put an arrow above 4/5. That's where we're gonna start. So what is 4 5th-size pieces plus 2 5th-size pieces, everybody?
6.
6 5ths. Okay? And then we're gonna move over to the whole number side, which is 1 hole plus 7 holes. 8 holes. So 8 and 6/5. That looks okay, but what's wrong with our fraction? It is
Improper.
So improper. Do you remember what our book likes to call improper fractions? If you don't remember for sure, put your hand down. Dakota? What's our book called? Improper fractions. I said that when I learned it, it was improper fractions. You're not going to find it over there, Cash. Sophie? Fractions greater than 1. Okay? Improper fractions, and this is where it comes in because this is a fraction, but it's greater than 1 whole, isn't it? So we're dealing with fifth size parts, right, Brinley? How many fifth size parts are there in a whole, Brinley? 5, right? So we are going to come over to the fraction side and take away a whole from the fraction side and add it to the whole number side where it belongs. And Brinley just told us that, Jace, don't get ahead of me, please.
No, I was just doing that one that messed up.
All right. Brinley just told me that since we're dealing with fifth size pieces, Ella, 5/5 is a whole. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take and subtract 5/5 from 6/5 and add it to the whole number side. It's kind of like one of those balance scales, guys. If you take a whole from this side and add it over here, you haven't changed the weight that was on the scale, right? You've just moved it. Okay? So we want our whole numbers, even if they're cut into pieces, we want them represented on the whole number side. So what is 6/5 minus 5/5 equal?
1/5.
1/5. And then what is 8 wholes plus 1 whole?
9 holes.
Okay? That's your answer. So 8 and 6/5 is the same as 9 and 1/5. Because we took away a whole from the fraction side, added that whole to the whole number side. And then we do this again, 6/5 minus 5/5 is 1/5. 8 wholes plus 1 whole is 9 wholes. Okay? Here's another one, and we're gonna do, for this one, I'm going to draw a picture to go with it. Okay, so it says we start with 2.5, right? So here we go. Here's 1 hole. Here's 2 holes. And then here is a half of another. So 1 hole shaded, 2 holes shaded, and half. And then we have 3.5. 1 hole, 2 holes, 3 holes, and a half. So think about this picture. Look at the fraction parts, Jace.
I know, I'm drawing the picture.
No, not right now. You're looking at my picture. Put that down. Look up here. Okay. I've got a half here and a half here. If I put the halves together, how many halves do I have?
0.
2. If I move this half up here, well, right now I have 2 halves, don't I? 1 half plus 1 half is 2 halves.
But it would equal 1 whole.
But it equals 1 whole. If we take it and move it up here, then how many holes do we have? Let's count.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6 holes. And no halves, right? Because we put our 2 half-size pieces together to make a whole.
The halves were disqualified and then added together.
Okay, so 1 half plus 1 half is 2 halves. And 2 holes plus 3 holes is 5 holes. But since 2 halves is actually the same thing as 1 whole, we're going to take away the 2 halves and add it to the whole number side, which gives us 6 holes and no halves. We don't have any halves left over, right? Because we crossed this out. Allison, do you see what we're doing? Making sense? Okay, so all we're doing is taking 2 halves, putting them together, and turning it into a hole. Okay? And it's no longer 2 halves. It's just now a hole. There's a problem on your examples like this. If you can do this without taking away and adding, it's fine for you just to write the answer. If you understand how to do it without going through that process, it's totally fine. All right, so we're gonna do 3 more here. What's 7/12 minus 5/12?
2 12.
And 3 holes minus 2 holes?
1 hole.
That's it. What's 2/3 minus 1/3?
1/3.
1/3. What's 4 holes minus 3 holes?
1 hole.
What's 9/10 minus 7/10?
2 holes.
2
tenths.
Or 2 tenths.
What's 6 holes minus 3 holes?
3.
See, the subtraction are easy. It's just do the fraction, do the whole number. It's just the fractions that add up to be more than 1 whole that are a little trickier. And all you have to do is move it from the fraction side to the whole number side.
It's easy.
Okay. You guys are going to do these next 8 problems on your own. Numbers 7, 8, and 9 are the tricky ones. 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14 are the simpler ones. So if you want to do the simpler ones first and then come back, go back and look at what we did on the examples from today to help you with 7, 8, and 9. Get busy, please. Okay.